everyone, Zare in the house, and today we're back with another episode where we're gonna have a look at, first of all, the new content that has been released this Wednesday, as well as perhaps an account overview after their 400th day in War of Division Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Okay, so first things first, let's have a look at what's new. Let us start with the banners. Now, there's been a couple of interesting things over here. So the first thing is the Step Up Summon 4, the cards that have been upgraded to 3-star. In particular, this is Tetrasilphid. Now, Tetrasilphid, as I've shown in my previous video, has a relatively good board once it reaches level, once it can go up to level 99. And this is a banner that perhaps facilitates getting the card and Esper. Now, I would not recommend pulling for this specific banner, because by now we should have all gotten this card naturally without actually chasing it. So I wouldn't go out of my way to spend at least 6,000 Visual to achieve this card and then power it up. Notwithstanding the fact that we have 2B, some people might have Little Leela, and we are probably going to get Tifa in the long run. I think that if you're new, you're just gonna have to be patient before you can get this card. And if you're a seasoned player and didn't get this VC, it'll eventually land. So I would hold onto my Visual if I were you. Now, that actually brings up another point, which is some players have reported that they didn't get their rewards for their 400 login bonus, which is quite interesting. That makes me think that the developers don't want to give us free Visual for supposedly what's going to be a big release this coming week. I am not the only one thinking that we're going to get King Mond next week. So is this another indication that that's actually happening, where they're limiting our chances of pulling for him? That is all to be seen. Nonetheless, there's an additional banners in here for the 400th day celebrations, and those are paid banners. I will steer away from these regardless of the fact that you have 100 medals, 100 spring medals. Now the spring medals are going to allow you, if I am not wrong, to power up your near automata units and vision card. Now, I would not do that if I were you. I would not pull for this banner. It is a very bait banner. That is specifically with the fact that you only get 4 UR guarantees and you're paying 2,000 paid Visual. So do keep that in account, you know. That is very baity. And let us have a look at the drop rates for these banners. So, yeah, all the URs get the same rate. Yeah, same thing for the guaranteed. And by now we should all have these units. You know, if you're a seasoned player, you should have almost, if not all, these units. If you're only missing some, I would go for and you have paid Visual, I would go for a select ticket, straight up. And the same thing goes for the vision card banner. I would steer away from these two. These are definitely 2 ways of trying to drain your Visual resource, especially paid. And now, what else do we have here? I believe that is all in regards to new banners. If you really want to spend, I would go for the 100 UR unit shards. If you're wanting to power up your units, you're gonna get a total of 1,000 shards for URs, and on top of that, you're gonna get spring medals as well. That is actually really good. You know, this is something I would consider if I didn't have almost everyone at level 99. So I'll need to find an alternative way of getting those spring medals if I really wanted to power up the VC card for Nier Automata. I think I'm almost reaching 3 stars on it, and I didn't buy any shards from the shop, so I have a high chance of maxing that card nonetheless without having to spend a dime in terms of paid Visual. So I think that's what I'll do. Now, what I would like to show while we're done here with the banners is the Mog Shop. Now, like I mentioned last time, I am saving this until the last day because I am slowly building Night of Ruin Stern. And, you know, by the time that will happen, which is in 6 days, let's say I can get 3 shards per day, and he's 99. He currently has 95 shards out of 200 for the last step. So in 3 days, I can get 18 shards, which means that I can save 18 New Year medals for something else. Perhaps I might want to spend that into powering up Omega, which is actually something that I'm considering doing. So, you know, if you haven't spent this, please, my advice is to save them until the very last day, because you might be able to get shards for a vision card or a unit that you're currently working on, whether it's through pools or through building them in the barracks and doing the daily hard quests. I would definitely want to save these up until the very last day. Now, another thing I wanted to bring up is something that many people might not know, is that right now at the Soul Metal Shop, we do have Near Automata Mind Spheres. So that is really important if you're trying to level up 2B and 9S. And, you know, you have rainbow Mog medals to spare. Definitely go for those. And they're pretty cheap as well, just 5 medals. Now, let us have a look. I think that is pretty much all the news. Now, let us do an account overview. Let us go to my PvP team, which is gonna shock a couple of people, that's for sure. Oh, the sun. So, as you can probably see, I am using Zazan, and I am using 2 main teams here. The main one that I go is this one with 9S. And if there's a lot of water units, I do go for this team with 9S. And you'll probably be noticing, yes, first of all, I did notice that I have the wrong VC. And I've been doing really good despite having the wrong Esper. So we're gonna give you Titan. I managed to get really far keeping Zazan in my team as well. Now, let me explain why I have Zazan in my team. So Zazan is pretty much, as you can see here, he's got Pod, which increases his speed. That allows him to go to Tidus right before he casts Haste. And that means that Zazan goes to Tidus. Tidus is casting Haste. Zazan casts Attack Up and Man-Eater. Then the next turn, Tidus casts Haste on Zazan and Tidus, whereas 9S and 2B are doing their thing trying to aggro the enemy. Now, 2B has been my evade unit. She's been really good. I usually use her if I have a team that doesn't consist mainly of water. And 9S, you'll notice that I have Frederica's Dream on him. And why is that? That is because I have maxed this card. And I'm definitely taking advantage of the fact that the bestowed effect is lightning attack up, paired up with his maxed up Cruel Arrogance. Now, the reason why I did this is so that he can maximize the damage for hacking, which is elemental non-type damage. That means that hacking is not a slashing or a magic or any sort of attack like that. So it's very similar to Anton and other elemental attacks from ninjas that don't have a type. Kind of like jutsus, if you want to put it in ninja terms. So that way he maximizes his hacking skill, which is really good. And then he deals the max amount possible. And hacking does have attack and magic break, and that does result in the rest of the team receiving less damage. And the highest I got was, we're reaching about the end of the day. The max I got was rank 1000. So, you know, Zazan, he's pretty good. Even if he's not level 120, he's pretty good. He's a really good buffer. And my main damage dealer are Tidus, and 9S acts as tank, which breaks as well. And 2B is my evade tank. So I'm pretty happy with that, I must say. That worked really good for me. Let us have a look at the units I have acquired and their levels. So, Fire Team. Fire Team is not my strongest forte. Seymour is getting there. It would be interesting to have him EX'd, but that is a longer time project. Right now, I'm focusing on Oelde. I think he has a good kit. I'm not thinking of EXing him. Yes, he's not the fastest, but he can deal some really good damage, and he can be paired with other Pierce type units that I have. Now, Ice is one of the main elements I am building, as you can probably see. Gilgamesh, I am working for him. He's my buffer debuffer. I haven't really figured him out how I want to use him really, but so far he's a good quickener and ranged attacker. So he can debuff with Kotetsu, and Excalibur now does deal debuff, buff removal. So he's a real debuffer slash buffer slash support team. What I really don't like about him is, unfortunately, his weakness to all attack types. That is because I have, where is it? I have given him self-sacrifice, but I am considering of moving this perhaps to something else. I'll need to have a look at his board. Maybe I'll actually give him speed cast. That will be a better suited skill for when he's in PvP, which makes sense. You know, we don't want him to die, so that's sorted. He can cast quicken as soon as possible, and we'll leave it at that for now. Now, once he becomes level 115 or 120, I might change back to self-sacrifice. Wind unit. I was mainly a wind unit user before, especially when Lucia came out. So I have been focusing on Dario. He has been a really good tank for me, an MR tank. And I was working on Hallett, and Lucia was the first wind unit that I maxed. Now I got the chance to acquire and work on 2B as well, and I am slowly building her. So I have both 9S and 2B in the barracks, and I am doing the daily Visual rewards as well. That's how I can get the max amount of shards for them for the lowest amount price possible. So I think she'll be done. I think I'll be able to reach her to maybe level 22 by the end of this week. Going forward, Earth is my least favorite element, as you probably noticed. I could have had the chance to level up Mon to EX job, but I didn't. I kinda struggle on the last battle. I think I had only like 200 HP left, which makes you really think that maybe you should EX Mont, because on that battle you don't have any equipment or Esper that you can equip, so you're completely naked and you need to fight someone. So that was tougher. I didn't lose, I never lost, but I really had to think how I wanted to tackle that episode. I really wanted Kill Faye, but I got her late. So I do have the chance to max her at some point, but I don't see her that much at the moment. So maybe once we get tower, I will commit and finish her up. And that was pretty much it. Now, Thunder is an element I really like, as you can probably see. I got the chance to max Salia, and I'm working on 9S primarily on this account because I do see the value of his defensive skills as well as his non-type attacks as well. He can be extremely good, and with the fact that I have Frederica's Dream, he's a natural partner for Nivlu and Frederica. So I am extremely happy to work on him, and I am next working on Alim. Now, I am also a bit crazy. I have been working on Meriluk as well. I think people don't see the value of this unit. Yes, she's almost weak to everything, so she is kind of a PvE oriented unit, but she has some really good debuffs, and she can do them in an AoE pattern, which is really good for a strike unit, you know. So in a situation where units get close to her, she can fell them. I do want to see how she builds up and works out to be, because I do think that people are sleeping on her. So I would recommend giving her a shot and see how she performs. And you know, for what she is, you know, if you need a debuffer and Thunder element, that's pretty much all you get. Now, Alim is something I really want to work on as well. She's another MR plus unit. And I am building another Cruel Arrogance for her as well. So then in a team where she needs to be paired with other lightning elements, she'll be a natural partner for 9S. notwithstanding the fact that he'll have Frederica's Dream, and maybe she can equip Pierce Attack up VC. That is just thinking on top of my head. Now, I am considering maxing Liarte as well, taking her to EX. That is because she does have very good debuffs from what I have seen on paper, so I am happy to give her a shot. Now, water is my other main element. Irdira is my main girl, and she's been extremely valuable and versatile for the progression of my account. That actually led me to build Winter Victora and Tidus as a result, and really chase Glaciella. Glaciella is the last unit I actually got, and I really liked her and wanted to work on her. Yes, she is a glass cannon, but she does deal damage and she has movement, which is the really important thing when you want to kill enemy units as fast as possible. Now, I've been working on Kreese as well. I could max her right now and get her gun, which is really good. Now, I have the only defeat I have in PvP was from a team, water team, that had Kreese in the team. She pretty much cast disable on my Tidus and Zazan, and that was it. So now I am converted. I am maxing her and I'm getting her Musketoon. That's it. Now, Zazan is obviously another guy I'm working on. He is pretty good for what he's doing. So his main, his main kit consists of Steel Heart, Snipe Dagger, and Discipline Enhancement. So that's the three things that he's doing in PvP, and that's working really good for me, I must say. Now, Light is another element that I really didn't want to work on because I have gone to the dark side. I've skipped a lot of limited units like Word of Lights and other units like that because I want to focus on dark. So I am happy that I got LCRL. She's currently in my GVG team and she's performing really good. I can get 6-star, actually 9-star all the time, if almost all the time. So that's really good, and we are in the Diamond 1, and we are fighting some really hard teams lately. I think we're going to go on to Champion or whatever after Diamond is. I think we're about to cross that threshold, which is really exciting. I did wanna... So Sakura was my second last unit that I got, and Phoebe's been extremely good for me for CM matches before I decided to use Zazan and Gilgamesh as a time manipulator. Now, this is where we shine, pun intended. Garval, I went all in for him. I eventually got him naturally, but I wanted to get him while he was boosted so I could have maxed him as soon as possible. He's extremely good, he's very unique, he does extreme amount of damage. I might consider him in my next CM team, depending on the circumstances. Now, Dwayne is my main man, he's my main unit, he does everything that I want him to do. He attacks, he protects, he defends, he buffs, he re-raises, he does everything. So I like versatile units, and I like units that can become powerful in one aspect depending on how you kit them, and he definitely fits that bill. Now, Vinera has been my main girl as well. She was extremely good around 3, 4, 5 months ago. She was able to steal time and do criticals and move extremely quick. Look, she has base 69 agility, so I've been extremely happy using her. And Knight of Ruin's turn is going to be my next unit that I'm going to max. Like I mentioned before, I should be able to get to 113 by next Wednesday, and then I'll use all of the anniversary ticket medals to finish him up and max limit break him. And on the side, I am working on Whisper. I could max her, but I want to keep this resources for Knight of Ruin's turn. Okay, so I believe that is all I wanted to talk about today. Thank you very much for sticking until the end. So we'll see you guys on... I think I want to do some PvP battles and show off some GVG on Friday. That is if everything goes to plan. Nonetheless, thank you very much again for sticking around, and we'll see you as soon as possible. You guys take care and enjoy the rest of your week. Have a good one.